Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I'm Inquisitor Temperance Price, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is the third volume in a report on the Valentyne Heresy, an actual play podcast set in the Genesis adaptation of Warhammer 40,000's Dark Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee and players Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Tyler Hewitt as Attikus Viz, Laura Hamstra as Eli Sharp, and Della Borovic as Morgan Rawls. My report shows that the hunt is underway. Morgan is seconds away from being gored to death by an Urlick as Eli gunfights an assassin, while Valentine and Atticus captured an assassin alive, though severed her arm in the process. Will both teams of agents be able to claw victory from the jaws of defeat? Find out next in this episode of the Valentyne Heresy.
Come on, there are a bunch of nobles hunting. What's the worst thing that could happen? Scrap of paper found on a dead assassin.
Oh my.
So Atticus and Valentine, you're making your way through the tunnels underneath the hunting reserve in an attempt to take out a bunch of assassins as quietly as possible to deliver as your trophy to the king, as well as to try and take some threats off the board. Having successfully snipped an arm off and left a lady hogtied with vague sense of belt tourniquets, you have continued on down the passageway past an empty sort of elevator platform that can bring more creatures up towards the next one that you know is manned. How do you want to approach it?
Is this a straight path? Like, what are we looking at on this?
This is another curve.
Sure.
This curve, once you come around this corner, there will be one more sort of. So if we're looking around the macaroni curve of this right now, at the end of the curve, there's one more just on the very kind of edge before it levels out into a straightaway that will kind of extend through most of the park. So from here, you're losing your kind of advantage of being able to like worm your way through. Then it'll be kind of a straight shot.
Okay, then I think we'll follow the same plan that we did before. This is sneak up with Valentine in the lead, so if somebody looks down the hallway, he can just blather for a second to give somebody an opening. Also, he's got a gun in hand, so he can take a shot if he needs to. If we can get up to this door and take the second person alive and tie them up, then we can just either take our trophies and get the fuck out of here or go into murder mode. So, same plan, same signals.
All right,
sneak
forward. Stealth checks.
Is macaroni specifically the pasta that's the elbow shape?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, interesting.
So difficulty on this one, Tom? The same?
Yeah. So I'm going to say
3? 2?
I'm going to say
I think
2.
It's elbow macaroni.
Okay. Difficulty of 2. I had a boost for the outfit. We had a boost because we were going slow. That one carried over to both of us. Your arm's muffled now, so does he get a boost for that?
He doesn't. That was just a cost of...
That was just a cost of the failure.
Of net nothing, actually.
Yeah, just having some advantage.
Great. Is there anything else we should be adding to this?
I'm going to give you both of you one setback for the fact that this is on the edge of a much wider straightaway. So you're less... This isn't happening kind of in isolation the way the other ones were. They're higher odds of someone spotting you.
All right.
Cool.
I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah.
1 success and 3 advantage.
3 threat.
Okay. Having used some of your cloak to tie off the wound, that hand's making noise again.
Getting all grindy.
So you'll have to go slower. Valentine, you make your way up to the gate. You do your usual peer in.
Yeah, did you check it out?
So you peek in, and this looks like if the last person was really kind of struggling to get up and over, this person was smart. They brought a little box. They're clearly a little bit more prepped for this. They have less a little sort of stubby auto gun and more of a long barreled auto gun. And as you approach, you actually see them start to climb up and out. They're climbing out of their manhole cover. So like legs are kind of dangling down.
Great. I have 3 advantage that I would like to spend in combination with a move, if this works, Tom. I want to grab their legs and haul them back down here, and I'd like to spend my 3 advantage so they lose their gun in the process.
Okay. Let's do it. So there's going to be an athletics. We'll make it an opposed check.
Okay.
We don't need difficulty because it's opposed. You can have a boost for just They are climbing up and out. You are standing solidly on the ground and pulling down.
Yep.
I think that's probably it.
All right, let's see what happens. I'm not rolling difficulty, neither are you, right? We're just
That's
seeing who
correct.
succeeds more?
Yep.
Great. I have 5 successes and 1 advantage.
Damn.
Oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat that, but let's see. I have 1 triumph and 2 advantage. How many successes did you have?
5.
5. So you still win. I get a cool thing. Okay. Yeah. Pull the legs. They drop the gun, but they yell like, "Oh shit, help!" As they get pulled down into the space with you.
Great. He's just laying into this motherfucker. It's just, he's got one metal hand, and it's just face.
Trying to knock out or kill?
This is a knockout, but at the same speed you've seen if you've watched Deadliest Warrior, that one fucking American Marine just stab a guy. This is just a piston of an arm as fast and as brutally as possible.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack just to make sure this goes as you think it would. I imagine it will, but, one never knows in Genesis. So difficulty 2, because you're at point blank range. Difficulty 2, you get a boost, I think, for...
I mean, they're prone.
They're prone.
You
You pulled them down. Yeah. They fell, so they're off their footing. And honestly, I think that's probably the spread for me, unless you want to make a case for anything.
No, that makes sense.
Oh, and I'll give you a boost for the metal hand.
Great. 1 success and 4 advantage.
Okay, how much damage do you do normally?
My brawn is 4, so this would be 5 damage.
5? Okay, I think that's enough to knock this person out. They probably bashed their head on the way down, too. So they managed to yell, "Oh shit, help!" And then just rapid blur of punches.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. And then it's just, the moment he's out, close the top thing, take up position with the rifle, and sign Atticus to tie him up, because something got yelled. We may have company.
Yep. So Atticus, as you kind of rush up to do the tying, in the distance you can see a couple of people start to kind of peek out around the corners because, again, as I said, we're coming around the edge into a straightaway. So people kind of peering down, you see a variety of panic. A couple people do the kind of press against the wall. Again, just following Area 51 from my days of bowling alleys and arcades. Press against the wall to kind of pop around and shoot. And then you can hear some other people scrabbling down the way. Valentine, can you roll me... Wait, sorry. Valentine, you stepped out of the alcove.
Not stepped out.
Okay,
He's just shifted to let
So can
to
you roll
get Van
a
Houten
perception
in.
for me, please?
Yes.
You'll get a boost for Atticus also being there. You can get one for the Auspics, which I imagine you've got on your...
Yeah, he'd be wearing a forearm as he does, so you can see it no matter what.
I think that
Great. What's my difficulty?
might be it. Difficulty of 2.
All right.
Yep.
5 successes, 1 threat.
Okay. So we'll just pass that threat forward. As you're kind of leaning around the corner, you see people starting to move. You also just get hit with kind of a little bit of dust, dirt that just kind of crumbles down and hits your head. And kind of looking up and around, the walls around you are starting to shake rhythmically, as though heavy footsteps are approaching above you.
I think he's just going to say to Atticus, you're going to need to carry him. And he's just going to lean out, and who's the closest person aiming down the hall towards him?
Neither of them are out. They're just you can see 2 alcoves with people.
Yeah. Okay. He's going to step out with the shitty rifle, and he's going to turn back into the alcove, and he's just going to fire a shot into the wall, and then just turn away from the others and say, "Don't worry, one came down in here, but he's been dealt with."
Shit. All right. Let's get a deception check going.
All righty.
So this is going to be difficulty 3.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a story point, make things interesting.
Makes sense.
And macaroni, Del, are short, narrow tubes that are straight. Elbow macaroni is curved. You're right.
Go. There we go.
So was elbow macaroni tunnels?
Yes, it was elbow macaroni tunnels.
That's perfect.
This has been Macaroni Talk in the grim darkness of the future.
Flora.
So, story point to jack it up. You've got advantage from the suit.
Okay.
Is there any weird Valentine shit that would add advantage to this that we should know about?
He's a very good liar. He wouldn't be afraid, but that's just getting rid of anything that would negatively affect him. This is just playing the odds on these aren't pros. From what we've seen, they're not working together, which makes him suspect they're not close. Nobody recognize a voice as not belonging to a particular person. This is just, fuck it, let's just see what happens. He's got another rifle he can bring up real quick if they don't buy it. Cool. One success.
Goddamn. All right. The heads kind of peek out from down the hall. And one of them just says, "Fuck this! This is not going the way we were told it was going to." So she steps out and starts kind of running away from you further down the tunnel to one of the other exits. And the guy who remains is just it kind of leans out, gives you this fucking lady running away. What's that about?
Same gesture back.
Yeah, just a lot oh my god! All right. And just says, thanks for taking care of that.
No problem. Good luck and good hunting.
Yeah, fuck the nobles. And then it goes back in, and you hear shots being fired from that alcove.
All right, that's the point where Valentine leans back and he's like, all right, it's time to go. He and Atticus just carry a body, get the fuck out of here. And this is the rare instance where you can carry faster than he can.
Yep.
Body over his shoulder. He'll cover you in that, back, not quite back to back, but he's walking backwards as you move forwards to exit the way we came in, because that was pretty close to the entrance. If I'm correct. Yeah.
You got to kind of go back through the elbow macaroni curve.
Yeah, but Valentine's plan is basically we take this guy, we collect armless woman, we get out, we deliver body, we deliver him.
Great. As you go, kind of as you're rounding that first curve, you hear an explosion behind you. And there's just a blast of permacrete and other things off the walls as the alcove you took the guy you punched in the face out of explodes.
Buh.
Faster then, sir?
Yeah, faster. And this is the point where we both fucking run.
Yeah, fair enough. So you take off down the tunnels. Meanwhile, back up top, Morgan, you have an Urlick on top of you, desperately trying to murder you. You're fending it off with sheer grit. Eli, you are locked in combat with an assassin who you've wounded, and you turn to fight the Urlick. And you've now seen it jump Morgan. You're at the top of the initiative order. What do you do?
Boom, boom, Urlick. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not going to be, if Morgan goes down, then Eli's fucked. We need... Yeah. So he's just going to try... I don't think he's going to aim. It's just going to be
like a hip... Fire from the hip?
I mean, it's just going to be... he's not going for any particular point in it. He's just trying to hit it kind of wherever he can hit it, just to get it off of her. He doesn't want to kind of make it more difficult for himself and then potentially miss.
Are you running to engage, or are you staying where you are?
Staying back.
Okay.
So come and get me kind of thing?
Yeah.
It's not because it's turned away to deal with Morgan. This might draw its attention. So okay.
I would like that.
3 purple. You get a boost for it being engaged with Morgan.
Yep.
And she's not standing up, so you don't have any risk of hitting her because it's pretty much fully covering her. Similar to our previous rolls, setback just for general foliage. And there's a threat being passed forward from the previous set of rolls, so you'll have 1 setback from that.
Okay.
Ryan, did you have any spare advantage floating around?
There might have been one roll where there were a couple of advantages. We could probably pass one forward.
I know you spent 3.
I spent 3 on that, but the perceptual had some, the athletics had some.
I think there's one kicking around, so you can have a free boost.
Cool.
Yay.
I'll take it. All right. I'm going to roll. Bang, bang, Urlick. I'm so sorry, Morgan.
I'm hiding.
2 advantages, 3 failures.
Okay.
2 advantages, 3 failures.
In my favor.
Yeah.
So much. So many
these ability
dice came up blank.
Yeah.
Just pass that advantage forwards.
I'll take it.
And give it to the Urlick?
Yeah.
Hey, that's not who's next. Hey.
Sorry, that's me. That's me, Tom McGee. Yeah.
She's apologizing to those of us who may not have known she was impersonating Tom. But
Yeah,
not to Tom.
I didn't want anyone to think I was impersonating someone else.
Dell.
Yeah.
It's funny because I had the Space Marine pull you back in so you wouldn't have to make a new character. Now you're just begging me.
Yeah.
Begging me.
Eli's fine.
Yeah.
Del
All right.
feels really nice about you, Tom. Just to be clear, Del thinks you're the best.
Oh, I mean,
so
Morgan's
great.
going to die because of the Urlick. That's not my fault. All right. So, Eli, you open fire.
It's not your
And your gun goes,
Jesus.
me, and the bullets spray across the back of the Urlick. But unfortunately, its hide is just too thick for these little itty bitty baby bullets.
And what are you, an assassin?
Yeah, exactly. So that goes off. No dice, but you do pass a boost forward, I believe, to.
Great.
I got a boost. I got
Get that
un
boost.
That boost.
All
Un
right, great.
boost.
Which brings us to the assassin. The assassin is going to close in since you're very clearly fighting the Urlick.
Off.
Or no, assassin's
running
running away.
away.
Yeah.
He's running away.
The assassin's
He's
running
running
away.
away. Yeah.
Scared.
Looks back over his shoulder. He's like, "Oh, I probably could have won."
No, he couldn't have.
Keeps
He's not an Urlick.
keeps running into the woods. So he is gone. So we can take him off the initiative order. Bring us to Morgan.
Okay, this is my play. I don't know if it's gonna work. I am engaged with this thing. I'm fending it off. It's like it's clawing at me. I want to try to shoot it point blank. No aim, just get its attention. And I'm hoping that it pushes it back. Then I would like to run for the person we shot came out of. That's all I want to do. I don't know if it's even possible.
I mean, we'll see.
I'm going to try. But
Yep.
that's what it's like a shot. If it hurts it, good, but just to get it free of her for 1 second so she can run.
Sure.
So I'm going to not aim, using my maneuver to get the fuck out if I can.
Okay.
So
Yep.
shoot first.
Yes.
Okay.
So difficulty 2. I'm going to spend a story point.
Figured.
Yeah.
You
I will
devil.
also
Do
spend
it.
a story point, so let it
Do
remain
it.
as it is.
Yep.
And I get 1 boost from Eli and 1 boost for my gun because it's just accurate.
Yep.
That's what I
So
got.
well balanced.
It's just, I just.
Everything's accurate when you press it against something.
It's between the grass and this thing's chest. It's pretty accurate. So
Okay. I am going to give you a setback for the fact that it's trying to gore you while you're doing this. It just means that like you're fending it off
things
with
are
the rifle and
happening
trying
right
to.
now.
Yeah.
yes. Okay. Anything else, Tom?
No, that's it.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes and 1 advantage.
Okay, great.
So that's
Yay!
12 damage.
12 damage.
Die, motherfucker.
God damn. And forgive me, Del, does your gun have Pierce?
Nope.
Anything? Nope.
It's just normal ammo because hilariously, I do have better ammo that has Pierce. I swapped it out for normal ammo because it was supposed to match Atticus's gun.
I
Back
remember
when
that.
we had a plan a long
Yeah,
time ago.
I remember that when
Yep.
we were going to do shooting range shenanigans.
Yep, so it has normal basic rifle ammo in it right now.
Yeah, great. Back when our biggest concern
Rip.
was how do we embarrass a fop? And now
Yes.
it's like, yeah, great. Okay, so the Urlick is hit. How much advantage did you
Just
have?
1.
Just 1?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a check to see if that's enough to get it to move. So if you want to spend a story point to mess it up, you can do that. It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
2 to 3 now
Oh, yes.
because we both spent 1 on
Yeah,
the
I was
last
just gonna
one.
say you don't need to spend. I was worried you were spending strain, which you don't need to do. Okay, so that dials up the difficulty on that a little bit. 2 advantage. So it neither flees nor more aggressively attacks. So you're still somewhat pinned under it. What I'll say is you can try and get out from under it. Basically, I'm just trying to fuck around with attack of opportunity rules and how that would work.
I would gladly roll another coordination to see if I can get out from under it.
Well, I'm just wondering.
Sorry, were you adding in D&D rules to make it more difficult for us?
I'm trying to figure out how to not kill your friend.
Okay.
But
Stay out of this.
No, I said I'm staying out of this.
okay.
I'm staying out of this.
very
I
funny.
can't get in between Tom and Laura. It's scary.
well, there's also a table in the way. So there's
Guys,
that.
when it's close to death, I get really scared and then I lash out. I'm sorry, Tom.
understand. I
It's
just-
okay.
I'm just
Just interfering with my
accepting the
ability to
darkness.
save Morgan, so that's fine. Okay, so you can spend story points to just like make things happen.
Yeah.
So the devil's bargain I'll offer you is this: you can spend a story point and leave your gun to be able to roll to try and get out from under and run away. Because by using your action to shoot, like that it caused damage. Like you've done some good there. But basically, if you want to ditch the gun, spend a story point, then you can try and book it. But you'll still need to roll to see if you can squeeze out.
She might be dead. I might as well just do it.
Right.
I'm sorry that the story point situation is getting ooky.
This is what they're for.
Yeah, honestly.
There's nothing left for me.
If not
here.
now.
This is my last ploy. I am on the precipice of death and or unconsciousness at the same time.
Great. Okay. So let's roll your coordination. You get a boost for leaving the gun. It just like gets it's in at this point you've wedged it between the
wedged
ground and it to shoot it. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a thing to sneak out from under. How's your strain situation? It's bad, eh?
It's bad.
Okay, so take a step back for being real sleepy.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Difficulty?
Difficulty of 3, and I'm going to spend a story point.
Okay.
To jack that up.
Don't know if I should spend one on this. I feel like it's just I spent one just to even get the opportunity to do this.
I think I would say that the spending of the one to get the opportunity was the only available.
That's fine.
PC spend on this. So
okay, I'm just gonna push a button. Yeah, it's it. 4 advantages and 1 failure. So I am stuck under this.
You are stuck. Good news is you get to keep your gun.
Can you make stuff happen with advantage?
I don't know.
Let's go to the books.
Make it drop its tusk.
We can make a pitch, Tom. We have a pitch from the section over here.
Let's see if Laura wants to yell anything at me first, Laura. No, she's going to keep reading. All right, back to you.
Damn you, Tom. You can say that.
Oh, you get that one for free. You don't need to spend any advantage on that.
No, that costs
Tom.
me later.
Knowing that the gun has been left behind and she's being gored by teeth, is that correct?
Tusks.
And tusks. Great. I would like to pitch, just throwing it out there. Mm-hmm. For 3 advantage, you can force a target to drop a melee weapon they are holding. Obviously, these teeth are built into this Urlick along with these tusks, but it has a rifle in its mouth full of ammunition. If the Urlick was to bite down on the rifle and destroy the rifle irreparably, but also set off the ammunition, could that blast apart its teeth and or tusks?
Interesting. The way I was envisioning this was like gun against the hide fire, like just get the gun to it. So it wouldn't necessarily have it in his teeth, but it is.
But where was she leaving it behind while she got out? Was I guess.
Well, I kind of imagine it was like wedge in fire, try and scooch out. Okay. But I could buy that that'd be an easy enough shift. It just really is a question of like how attached are you to your precious rifle?
I'm more attached to my life than my rifle.
Okay,
yes.
your rifle. No, it doesn't work. All right. That seems like a high cost to you for something you can spend advantage on anyway. So why don't we say, okay, how about this? It's mostly that, but the rifle is fine. It just costs you your ammunition.
Okay,
just so no injecting the magazine into
Well, I
the
think
mouth?
it's just kind of like you jam the like you pull the rifle forward, it bites down on the clip explodes in like a vaguely shoot 'em up way, blows off some teeth. It's just I feel like the cost is because you have the advantage cost to get the dropped item. I don't think I should get to like if you had nothing and you're like I want this, then it should cost you a rifle. The cost just seems too damn high. So yeah, we'll say you're out of ammo for like the hunt, so it still costs you, but the rifle itself is still there.
I will take that, gracious Tom.
Great. Okay, so yeah, it blasts we'll say it blasts the goring tusks. So it's still got like teeth and face it can like bash you with because it still has a mouth. It's still going to try and kill you. Mm-hmm. But like the things that have been causing you the most damage are now.
Great.
There's just like a moment of like chomp blast. It's like The Simpsons, like this is what your teeth will look like without braces, where it's just like teeth shooting up through the lip, like the tusks are shattered and broken, and the Urlick just bellows in agony at this.
And Morgan's yelling back at it, and her whole face is bloody. It's an awful sight under there.
Just the two of you screaming at it. Yeah, I love that. That's a very powerful image. Cool. Okay, that brings it to the Urlick's turn, and it's real fucking mad, real mad. So it is just gonna like kick up and then try and like headbutt you into the ground since you're down there. Good news is it's less good at that. This is just like rage and fury, not like it's a goring animal, not a bludgeoning animal. Okay, so you have no defense.
That's true.
Did you have you spent 4 advantage to do that? Yeah, or did that cost 3?
3.
So you have 1 free one. So we'll give that a setback. It's a melee attack. It has. Man, it is real good at murder. It's real good at murder.
He said it was wounded. I think the king lied about that. I think that was a faker's. I think it was a big joker's.
May have been.
He was being
I
facetious.
mean, if I'd have been able to wound it in any way and not just failed.
Eli, you are doing great.
He chased off an assassin.
You're surviving.
Yeah.
Now remember, if she got shot by a shotgun, game over right up front.
Honestly, yeah.
Do you want to spend any story points?
Are you spending any time?
No.
I'm giving up the ghost at this point. I think it's just gonna what it is, Tom. What it is.
Wow.
That is 3 success, 2 advantage. So it slams down on you, causing. Well, I can't use its tusks anymore, so that's good. It's gonna hit you for more than you got, though.
Yep, I have 3.
Even at that, yeah, it hits you for 6.
Oh, that's
You take
exact because
3.
I soaked 3.
Tell me about that soak.
Are you still up?
No, I'm at 0. Exactly.
All right. So it just bludgeons you and it's just lights out. You hit 0, so normally this would kill you, but there is remaining story points in the pool. So I will take I'm going to give you a pitch that you can just say yes to or no, depending on how much you like Morgan Rawls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, kill her.
But basically, you can spend a story point to give her plot armor. So, like, takes the hit. It's like, again, the Urlick isn't strong with its skull. So it slams into you, knocks you unconscious. Another hit will kill you. You have 1 more story point. So conceivably, you could do this twice. But once the story points are out, unless someone has medically treated you, you're done. Which brings us to the end of its turn and the top of the round. Eli, you watch Morgan just get fucking smashed into paste in the ground.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm going to move so I'm just 1 range band away from. I'm just going to move closer so I can't fucking miss. I can't miss.
Okay.
And I don't know if just running will like catch its attention enough.
It is very, very dead set on smashing this thing.
Yeah. So I think I have to I have to shoot it. All I can do is just like scream and like run forward and
I do want to emphasize there's a risk you can choose to take if you so desire, which is that you can spend a story point to cause like almost Deus Ex level shit to draw attention to do other things. So if you want like divine intervention, you can spend it. The catch is that Morgan is currently using those divine intervention points to survive.
I know, yeah.
So if you want to like, and I leave this to the party, anyone can do this. But like, remember, you can really like burn story points for big shit if you need it.
Yeah, I'm just afraid if I do that, it's going to come after me and I'm going to go unconscious and we're both going to be left to die.
I understand.
So I feel like I have to.
Yep.
I have to hit this piece of poop.
Yep. Piece of
so
poop.
I have 2 difficulty then.
Yep.
There's no advantage lying around, is there?
Advantage in that it's not like it's stationary. Like it's rearing up and slamming. It's basically just doing.
It's doing predictable actions from my point of view.
Well, and it's like, in order to do it, it's like rump and back legs have to be down because it's basically doing the just rise. It's the elephant thing. It's just stomping into Morgan in a rage. So boost for that. Was there spared? No, there was no
No,
spared
we just discussed it.
we burned all the advantage down.
What is its armor different from the back than it is from the front? That just affects setback if there are any, but it's now getting shot directly in the back while ignoring a threat.
I'm gonna say there. I think it's. I've been thinking of it almost in a Triceratops like hardcore front, slightly lower back. So yes, there's no additional setback from defense there for you.
And that's it. I'll roll.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll let this one slide.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Cool. Okay. 1 triumph and 3 advantage.
There we go. What is the damage on the gun?
Damage on the gun is 6.
And so
Crit 3. So I activate crit.
Yeah, and you have a triumph, so you
Here
can
we go.
either
Here we
use that
go.
to activate crit, or you can use it to activate auto fire.
Hit it multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
You can technically do both, I think, because you could spend the triumph for the same thing.
I'd like it to be as dead as possible.
Okay.
And ensure that it is dead as possible. I don't
So,
think I'm going to get another hit.
Do
at
you
this
want
thing.
to activate? You can activate auto fire twice. You can auto hit.
You do
with
the same
amount of
3
damage.
times in a row.
Yeah. Then let's do that.
Okay, great.
Just like pulp a big fucking hole in this
Yeah.
thing.
So,
And hopefully not fall on Morgan. Crush her into the ground.
seeing Morgan
he?
getting slammed, you see her head just like flop back at an unnatural angle.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty sure like it's just a miracle of blunt force trauma being distributed across her body is keeping her alive. I think just with like a primal roar, you just start staggering forward, just endlessly firing the Uzi. And the creature kind of roars back. I think you get up there and it's just like climbing up on its back. You've done this with Tyranids before. Firing, and then just jamming it in the eye and just firing directly through the eye into the brain as you ride this thing down to the ground next to Morgan. It is dead.
Wow. Oh my god.
It like lets out a final kind of like, ooh, and slumps to the side.
Eli will pause for a second, just like on top of it, pinning it in place, just trying to find a fucking like pulse to see if this thing is like.
With having emptied your clip directly through its eye into its brain,
Yeah.
you're pretty sure
Okay.
it's donezo.
And he's immediately over to Morgan.
Okay, great. Let's get a Medicaid check,
Yeah.
please. See if you can stabilize Morgan.
What am I doing for this?
Or now that you're out of immediate danger, if you want to spend a story point to get her back, to stabilize her, that's also an option.
Yes.
I think that would be
I
a
will do
safe.
that.
I think that's a safe spend.
I will do that.
So Morgan, you rush over. Eli, you rush over. Morgan's down, and you kind of like look down at her, and this isn't like a wound you can bind. So you just kind of have a moment of like, you're not really equipped to like deal with blunt force trauma.
He's triaging the situation in front of him. What is going to kill her first?
When you hear kind of a crunch of branches and machinery, and I think like raising the empty pistol, you kind of turn to see the trees part and the silver, like the chrome thing you saw before, kind of come through. And to your surprise, it's a large platform with a bunch of mechanical legs under it. Above which is like a little covered, almost like a Flintstone car awning.
Yeah.
And just kind of sitting back, shirtless with a tattoo of his own face on it, a rifle slung across his lap. You see Kyros.
Yeah.
And he's got a bunch of different like medical packs like plugged into him. And he just says, "Oh, hey, hell of a hunt today. Oh, shit. Hey, is the rogue trader lady all right?"
No.
Oh, what? Oh, fuck, that thing's huge. All right, well, hang on. I got plenty to go around. And he just kind of like messes with a joystick and drives his little like walking palanquin platform over. And just says, "Here, just plug her into this one." And he throws you down a pack.
This will not be forgotten. And
Fucking, I don't care. Hey, so yeah, you plug it into Morgan and that will
plug it
stabilize her.
in.
And as he's
Shove it into some flesh.
as he's down there, Morgan's like spitting more blood out of the corner of her mouth, and she's looking up at him. My hero.
Shut up. Don't talk. You're making it worse.
All right, so Morgan is stable. I'm going to say you're still functionally unconscious, but I like the line too much. Great. So the servo skull just kind of twitches again and actually flies over next to you, Eli. And you just hear, "Don't worry, darling. There's more medical assistance on the way."
Thank you. That won't be forgotten.
I'm counting on it. Besides, not for you. Skull turns like, it's for her. And then it twitches back and you hear, I hope you've enjoyed your hunt today with Eco Game. Remember, my name's Priscilla, and if you enjoyed my service, it would mean a lot if you could give us a solid review after your hunt is complete. So please put in a good word for us and enjoy the rest of the Celestial season.
It's a really good thing that Eli is like tending to Morgan because he would have fucking batted this.
You can do it now.
So
like,
hard.
That's fine. You can smash it.
No, he's not. He's too busy with Morgan.
Fair enough. All right. So Atticus and Valentyne, not knowing any of this shit's going on, you've come up out of the underground sewer.
Yeah, and I was
system.
going to say, Valentyne, even as they were running, balaclava gone, jacket gone. He doesn't know who the fuck's down here, and he is not one of these assholes anymore. So he's back to himself.
Great. You come out and immediately are staring down the barrel of a heavy rifle held by like a guy with military bearing. He just takes a quick look at you and says, "Hey, who the fuck are you?" He is not dressed like the assassins. He is dressed in like camo fatigues. He basically looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator.
Okay.
Or Commando.
Pick one.
Tomato. I was thinking of Commando, and then I was like, is it Predator? No. Anyway.
I say Valentine's got his rifle in his hands, but he's not aiming at this guy because clearly this guy has the drop on us climbing up out of the ground. And he says, "I'm Rabute Figurello, first man to Lord Van Houten here."
And there's kind of a cough next to him, and a figure kind of lurches out from behind him and says, "Ah, yes. No, that's fine, Jeeves. You can put the gun down. I'm well acquainted with this man." And Tritimus Versai kind of staggers forward, and you can see he's holding just a mean-looking, snub-nosed, double-barreled shotgun in one hand, while using a crutch with the other. And it just says, "You'll have to forgive the lack of manners of my man Jeeves here, Lord Van Houten. We thought perhaps you were with the rather untoward fellas who've been taking pot shots at us while we've been out here."
So canonically, I think Atticus is carrying both of our hostages.
Yep.
In this
And he looks at both.
I'm
He's
also
like,
carrying the corpse. I'm taking all our kills.
he looks at them and he's like, "Yeah, those ones."
Yes, I didn't take kindly to being the one hunted, and so I thought I'd go, digging for vermin.
You know, much as I dislike you, I can't help but respect that. You have my gracious thanks. Now, if you'll excuse us, I'm still hoping to bag an Urlick while the getting's good. It would seem you already have your trophy, and it's a mighty fine one indeed. If you could do us a favor and kill any more of those motherfuckers you see along the way, that would be greatly appreciated. I intend to do the same for you.
Oh, with pleasure. Good hunting, Versai.
And he nods and he says, "Well played, Lord Van Houten." And then he nods to Jeeves, who just looks at both of you and goes, and continues to kind of move forward, and the two of them kind of disappear off into the brush.
Valentyne is just checking the map and finding the exit. Now it's just time to go. Obviously, we'll shoot anybody who comes at us, but he's also happy to avoid. We have living hostages. The value here is tremendous.
Great. So the two of you make your way back out, and as you do so, you hear just kind of a grind of gears, and looking over your shoulder, Kyros is like driving along just casually, just out for a stroll with Eli, Morgan, and a couple of kind of like basically the equivalent of lifeguards, like the something went wrong in the park, gotta go save. So like medically trained wardens who are dealing with Morgan up on the Palcon, wearing little not like Space Marine style jump packs, but like Starfield level jump packs, just like little like Boba Fett, I can just buzz from place to place kind of things. And they are currently doing like hardcore work to bring Morgan back from the edge of death.
Morgan's finally having a sleepy time.
And Kyros just says, "Well, I mean, I may not have killed anything, but look at the trophy I brought." And just kind of gestures to both of them, and then winks at Atticus and says, Good to see you again, my lord.
Good day, Kiros.
And he looks at the two people on your shoulder. He's like, who are those guys?
Vermin, I've decided to call them.
Oh, hey, were they the pop out of the ground dudes?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, man, I think I got one of them with a grenade a little while ago. I saw one of them pop out of the hole, and I just, whoop, down it went.
I took a more personal touch.
That's pretty great. All right, listen, I got to ditch these guys and go back and shoot a fucking animal or something to make some slippers or a hat for the king. So it looks like you're good here. And then like you've kind of reached the edge of the park. And immediately there's like, more medical personnel. Also just like enough royal attendants to come and like pick up the Urlick off the thing. They're expecting an animal from you. But like much like any kind of trophy hunt situation, they want you to have as little contact with these things as possible. It's just like, oh, cool. You shot it at 1,000,000 miles away with like a laser scope from space. Amazing. You're a great hunter. We're going to deal with the actual blood and guts of this because clearly you didn't sign up for that. So they're rushing in to help. It's basically almost like a pit crew coming in to help you.
I kick the corpse forward like,
there's a trophy.
take off his shoulder the injured woman.
That one I want alive.
And then the unconscious guy he places down in the dirt like,
that one I want to talk to.
And you're saying that to Kiros or to the attendants?
These people showing up.
Great. They're kind of a little bit confused, but shit happens.
Valentine tells to give you full context, there are assassins actively hunting important nobles inside the arena. We captured these 3, killed several more. That one, dead. These 2, interesting. We figured this might be of greater interest, one might call humanity the most dangerous game.
And there's just servo skulls circling all of you. It's a little bit like at the end of a kaiju movie where there's like helicopters looking down on things.
And taking this all in, Valentine also adds a phrase just for the sake of his lord. Trying to hunt Lord Van Houten is an excellent way to be hunted.
And you can hear a cheer from the grandstands, and also honestly some of the people nearby are pretty jazzed about it. And Morgan, just as kind of you're drifting back into consciousness, one of the servo skulls that's circling kind of drops a little bit like it's malfunctioning, just drifts down close enough to your ear to say, "See, darling, I told you it would all work out. This lizardman always knows how these things will go." Before it kind of rights itself and awkwardly floats back up. And with that, you leave the hunting grounds in pieces, but triumphant, having both been and hunted the most dangerous game.
This episode of the Valentyne Heresy features the voices of players Ryan LaPlante, Tyler Hewitt, Laura Hamstra, and Del Borovic, alongside Game Master Tom McGee. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and the Valentyne Heresy's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is The Horde by Megan McDuffie, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR. All of their music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Ave Imperator, and death to all the heretics.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, Gus Schreider, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.